Right then, hello everyone and welcome back to another YouTube video here today. We have got a league racing video which I haven't done for quite some time actually. I've took a bit of a break off it just to clear my mind really, but we're back in EXA anyway after quite some time actually, since like January this year, so it's a long time ago, but yeah, we're back at it once again, but this is not round 1, this is round 4 at Bahrain. And we are starting our final hot lap here. I'll take you through this lap as we open our DRS down the main straight, which leads us into turn 1. So you can see already we are currently provisionally P5, but we're looking to get a bit higher on the standings as we head into turns 1 and 2. Very technical part of the circuit, very easy to fishtail as we head down one of the back straights leading into turn 4, and into turn 4 we go. We are down on our time by nearly a tenth, so we're not going to give up because there's still a lot of the lap remaining, and you can see already we're up on our time. So this is the part of the circuit where we needed to gain the time, and now we're in the middle sector anyway. We're coming through this long left-hander, very easy to lock the brakes. Obviously I have ABS on, so it's pretty hard to lock up, especially when you have ABS on. Anyway, down this straight, DRS straight, the last of the DRS straights on the circuit. Now going through toward this right-hander, easy to spin on the curb, so you can't hit the curb. And now middle sector, apparently we are purple through the middle sector, so this is a good chance here for pole position. We just needed the straight line speed down here, we just couldn't get it. We're about 2.5 tenths up here on our lap as we head through turns 14 and now 15. Through this long straight, is it going to be provisional pole for us? It is P3 only, with 2 tenths off our teammate who managed to get pole, but here are the standings. So we are P5, our teammate P1, so there are a lot of threats around the track. It's pretty close between the top 5 and the rest, which is P6 to P20. Not so much, I'd say, but we are editing our strategy. Checking the race director, you can see our teammate on the hard compound. But anyway, we're going to the race start. We're just waiting. Sorry for the long pause. But we are just waiting to get started here. We're just waiting for a few people to edit their strategies. Obviously nothing to do with setup because, you know, it doesn't, obviously you've got Parc Ferme on, sorry. Anyway, we are heading to 5 red lights here for Bahrain round 4 in EXA. It's lights out and away we go. We get a fairly decent start there on Icky and on the guys behind, also just trying to catch up himself. But as we head into turn 1 there, Sheen just obliterates our teammate, and you can see we get a good start anyway. We're ahead of Icky, behind Code. So we are looking to gain a few more places. So we've gained 2 places, a move on Icky and our teammate being spun round in turn 1. You can see there we have to move off the racing line a little bit. As you can see, Paul Diver as well on the hard compound, and yeah, he'll be faster in the second stint. We're going to be faster in this first stint, obviously, because we have got a set of mediums on, and the guy ahead of Code is on a set of hard. So fairly decent lap 1, we survive the dreadfulness of turn 1. Turn 1 is never a great place to crash out, to be honest. It's very hard to get past, but anyway, we're now coming down the main straight onto lap 2. We're having a little drag race now. We used a bit of a battery just to catch up to him, and we're later on the brakes, try and push him a little bit wider. He's earlier on the brakes, he tries to switch back us, but we cover the switch back, and yeah, we get the move done. So we've gained 3 places since the race start. We got an absolutely incredible start then within these first 2 laps of the Grand Prix. So we're looking onto a very good Grand Prix. Let's hope we could catch up to P1, and you can see there we're definitely going to have a good one because we've just gone purple in the first sector. So maybe we can end up winning this race, but obviously you do not ever win a race within the first lap, so you always win them within the end laps. So you just got to be careful on what you say sometimes. Lap 5, out of 29. Not much has happened since lap 2, so terminate with the fastest lap. You can see the AlphaTauri here on the softs behind us is on a roll at the moment, so he will have to box earlier anyway, so his hards will be dreadfully weared out toward the end of the race anyway. So he's decided to go really fast in the first stint. Chocolade has retired, and that causes a virtual safety car, and we have our first safety car of the evening, but it's only a virtual one, so not too much to lose now. We're still going to have gaps on the cars when we was racing, but we've already got a retirement within these first 5 laps. So yeah, 19 drivers left. VSC ending anyway, and we're up on our Delta, so we've got nothing to worry about. And DRS is back online, and green flags. So we lost a bit of time to Sheen under the virtual safety car there, actually. Just tried to be a little bit too safe on the Delta, so that's going to cost us a bit of time to in front and behind. We've lost about 5/10 to behind of the AlphaTauri, and we've lost time in front by about a second to Sheen. Lap 8 out of 29, and we're trying to catch the Williams, but we're losing time, so we've lost about 3/10 within the last 3 laps, so about a 10th a lap we're losing to Sheen. That's not good, because we need to get to him in case he gets a penalty later on in the race. So we've got a bit of a task on our hands here for this one, and it seems pretty harder than it does on the EXA live on the stream of EXA. So yeah, it's a bit of a tough task for us, but it didn't seem like it on the EXA stream. But this race was very tough to get by, I can't lie, and we had some amazing scraps all around. But yeah, we're not trying to spoil it too much. So yeah, for any new viewers watching, and lap 11, you can see our medium tyres now are starting to wear out a little bit. We've been pushing and pushing, and we've gained about a second on Sheen in the last few laps, so that's going to give us a bit of a cutting edge if we can get into his DRS. So yeah, that would be very thankful if we can. We haven't enabled DRS once yet in this race, so I'd like to, but you know, obviously we enabled the DRS in qualifying, and yeah, obviously we got a P5, but we're currently sitting in P2 without a pit stop. Guys behind, they've also not pitted, except the AlphaTauri and Terminator. They would have boxed by now onto a fresh set of hards, because they were on the softs at the start, and I think that's another retirement. But we've had 3 DNFs in this race now. We've missed a few DNFs, so yeah, anyway, we're on to our box lap 12 out of 29, and Sheen gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, so that's going to give us more of a cutting edge. So this is going to make the race more interesting, and you can see there we're still going to get behind him. We're now onto a fresh set of hards, so these hards will take a lot of time to warm up, and the temperature on the hards is never the greatest around Bahrain, so we just got to work with it, but the quicker to wear. So you know, softs are the worst for this track when it comes to a race, but when it comes to qualifying, you're obviously going to be quickest. So anyway, we're weaving actually just to warm the tyres up a little bit, so we could get a bit of temperature, but we didn't weave enough, and the straight was not long enough to warm the tyres up. Obviously we're not going to warm the tyres up within one straight, it's going to be within a few corners and a straight at least, but we're on to lap 16, so we've definitely got temperature into the hards. And you can see Legend Life and Sheen, my teammate, they're scrapping out here for P3, and that's going to give me a helping hand, because she has a 5-second time penalty. Code has boxed for a fresh set of medium, so he will be a threat toward the end of this race now. But we need to get a fairly decent gap on the Mercedes driver. So we're heading into turn 1. You can see there, Legend Life and Sheen absolutely having the scrap of their lives at the moment here on lap 17, and they go side by side now into turn 4. And you can't really see them too well because they're quite far in the distance. We're 2 seconds behind them both as they go and do a Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg through the chicane. Very easy to make contact. We get a bit of cross-play lag there, so we're going to lose a bit of time to the guys ahead. And Legend Life has to cede the position there to Sheen. So that's going to cost us a bit of time actually, unless Legend Life wants to give up the position now and give us some DRS. Legend Life just battling with him more because 2 tenths now, 1 tenth behind. Paul Diver also boxed onto a set of mediums, so he will also cause a threat toward the end of this race. Sorry, and Legend Life and Sheen, wow, what a battle they're having! Absolutely mad scrap, and this is what you like to see. This is ruthless, and this is what you need from a teammate. And teammates are there for a reason, for you to win races. And Legend Life has spun. Oh no, so that's going to cost us a bit of time. We fished out into the chicane. That is going to put us under some pressure there, sorry. And yeah, that's going to cost us a little bit of time to Sheen. We're now 1.7, 1.8 seconds behind Sheen now. We was like 1.2 before the pit stop window, so we have lost a lot of time under the pit stop window. We were like 2 seconds behind him as soon as we come out the pit lane, so he must have warmed those tyres up pretty nicely actually, but he's still got that 5 second time penalty. We're still within those 5 seconds of the Williams. I think we should be comfortable in this one. Lap 24 out of 29 then. Not much has happened since lap 17, lap 18, so obviously we get a bit of battle from our teammate and the Williams ahead. We now head down the straight into turn 14 and 15. I'm thinking now, this has got to be the race win, surely. Now, this is it. And, yeah, the AlphaTauri retires, and that causes the full course safety car. But the only good thing about it is, Sheen has to clear his 5 second time penalty under the pit lane. We're a bit slow heading into the pit lane there, just making sure we're underneath 49 miles an hour. Pulled over also into the box. We've also got to get the pit stop optimal, and we do. We're going to get on a used set of softs because the new set of mediums aren't going to work well toward the end of this race because everyone else is going to be on a used set of softs themselves. But now we're into the race lead for the first time in EXA since Belgium in Season 1 in PlayStation Division 2, which was in Season 2 known as Console Division 2 or Console Division 1, I don't really know, but I've missed a lot in EXA ever since that moment. Well, I was in X-Play Division 2, but now I've dropped off a little bit, so now I'm in X-Play Division 3, so yeah, although I'm not that fast after all, but we're under the safety car conditions. We've got to wait until everybody catches up, so we are going to speed up the time in just a few seconds time if it gets working. 2 seconds, we will be speeding it up now. We are speeding it up to when everybody catches up to the safety car, and we can see there we're warming the tyres up. Sorry if it is a bit laggy and a bit annoying. On my screen it is currently, so it's pretty laggy for me at the moment, but I don't know about you guys watching the video on YouTube, so I'll have to re-watch it back, see what happens. But sorry if it does annoy you with all these sounds in the background of the cars just revving the engines and just trying to warm the tyres up, but it is what it is. We're now on lap 26 out of 29, and we just need to get ready for this safety car restart. And we've slowed down. We slowed down the time bender, because everyone has now caught up to the safety car pack. So this is the lap now where the safety car will end then. And we just got to wait until we get the confirmation from the FIA. Come on. There we have it. Safety car is in this lap. So this is now where it all really begins for us, because yeah, this is the most stressful part of the Grand Prix, because we've got to win this. Paul Diver had had no pace in that second stint. He didn't even have pace in the first stint either. Obviously, starting on the hard compound. Obviously, no formation lap as well. So yeah, we're trying to get away as soon as possible on pulled over. He's going side by side, which is not actually allowed, but we are allowed to go fully on the power, which is so annoying from the game. And we get a very good restart there as we head into turn 1 then. This is going to be the most crucial part. As you can see, Code just sends it on the inside of us and he pushes us off the track. Somehow, we do indeed stay in the lead of this one. Sheen all of a sudden up into P3. Paul over making himself back up into P2. He's got currently the fastest lap of the race here. Lap 27 has caused carnage here on the safety car restart, and you can see Paul Diver nearly rear ends us, and Sheen being given another 5-second time penalty. I don't know what for. Chaz, I ain't even seen him all race. He's now up into P4 on the medium, so he's got a very good safety car restart there. Code just sending it on us into turn 1, causing us to go wide. I'm surprised I didn't get a track limits warning for that, to be honest. Very surprised, but a new face. Well, a new driver has been seen. Huey, we're now into the final lap. He gets the fastest lap, DRS enabled as well. So this is going to be the last lap with DRS after the safety car period. We're on a set of softs, he's on a set of softs. But we are strong through the middle sector. We're still in the first sector though. So we are going to lose a bit of time because of the DRS. But now we're coming through the corners. This is where we have all the pace and time to gain, is the corners. We're coming through this chicane in the middle sector, the start of the middle sector, now going through this hairpin, very easy to lock up through on entry. You can see there we gain a little bit of time here on Huey in the Mercedes. And is it the Mercedes? Yes, it is the Mercedes. You can see there he also goes wide as well. So this is going to give us a very good helping hand to win this Grand Prix. We're on the final lap, obviously. We're still in P1, and this is really it. This is the moment we've been waiting for since season 1. No more DRS for Huey unless we do make a mistake. We cannot spin now, or else it is game over. We have not won a race since season 1 in Belgium, where I got my first ever Grand Slam, actually, a very long time ago. But now we come round turn 14 and turn 15. We come down the straight. Since season 1 in Belgium, we are going to win our first race in EXA. Such a long time since that moment, and it's finally come to us. We finally get a win in EXA. It's only our second ever win in the league, but I'm so happy because I was just so chuffed at the moment. You know, it's been such a long time since my last win in EXA. I could have had a few more, to be honest, but a win is a win. We'll take it. And here are the standings anyway. Huey with the fastest lap out, and Legend Life making up paces back up into P5. So we had a fantastic comeback drive there. And read the rest of the standings from P1 to P14. But anyway now, guys, I've unfortunately got to go. So yeah, I'll see you lot next week for the next round at EXA. Goodbye.